Other bears trapped by today's V-shaped recovery. Markets roaring back, coming down from a 2% deficit in the NQ to have the spiders finish flat, down 20 basis points. NQ still finishing down about 60. We have Apple earnings. I'm going to try and cover that with you here. And the SMH closing green, so that continues to be a leader. Again, if you guys like the video, don't forget to give it a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. Caught the lows this morning in the morning video. Again, don't unsubscribe to the old channel. We're putting out content there. We caught that in real time, 69.11 ES, and we're up, almost 100 points off the lows there on that. So amazing trades here. Also closing out Exxon with the swing serves, not closing out, but taking profits on that finally over 20% on by far the largest position we have in our port. And also some nice gains here on Microsoft. We'll talk about that as well. Buying the low, we mentioned that number or that level yesterday, 445, and I've been talking about the 430 handle here for quite a while. Beautiful 618 test and big volume there off the lows. Is actually upticking now in the after hours, as you can see. I'm going to attempt to take you into Apple earnings here. Should be out in about 2 minutes. I usually report about 4:25. Hopefully it's out, hopefully I can get the video there. If they don't, and they go to 4:30. But there's a couple things we can talk about first. And in fact, at this point, I'm almost expecting Apple to miss, or maybe not miss. So they could beat, but they could dip. We'll see if Tim cooks though. But the reason for that is because we've retraced a lot already, so it's going to be hard for the market to continue higher. And we talked about the possibility of it was a 618 there. We talked about the possibility of red today, and I didn't think we'd be down this much. I thought we'd be down like maybe 0.5%. Which I guess at the end of the day is kind of what we finished at least on the Qs. But you can see here, I mentioned this morning. I'm going to take a look at breadth. Yeah, 286 advancers. At one point we were at like 350 and volatility was ripping higher. And I said, guys, in the trading room, I was like, these vol buyers are way off sides, like way off sides. I mean, RSP here up 26 cents at the end of the day. IWM up 7 cents at the end of the day. Green close, right? Diamond, green close, right? And this is intraday even. I mean, look at KRE. This rallied all day long. I'll put my normal stuff on there, but you can see it rallied all day long. Transports, basically an all-time high close. I mean, just off the highs rather. Nice, bull inside bar up there. KRE, you saw that a minute ago. XLF had a good rebound here today, and JPM, that was basically a trend day, right? Basically a green trend. So they're like, guys, vol buyers are way off sides here. And, they kept taking it down. They kept taking it down. They kept smashing it. And we finally got down there. And again, we did that short this morning. This is, 69.11. That we popped back above that. That's a long. And, that took us all the way up. We're up almost 100 points now off of that. We also, picked up some TQQQ down there as well. I usually like to trade the futures, but when we have volatility this high, sometimes I like to go with the ETFs, just a little bit easier to manage that size. But take a look at this beautiful technical. I mean, this is why you got to love charts here. Astrology for men wins again, right? Into the trend line here, we break. Where's the low of the day? Right there. Where's the high of the rebound? Right there, right at 26K. And we're sitting just below that right now. So that's a big bull bear line for the NASDAQ. There's also a spot right here at we actually cleared that, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but I was going to say 25,830. So that did get cleared, and you can see right here, I mean, that's your bull bear line right now. We also closed at 69.50 on the cash, above 69.50 on the cash S&P. So big level right here for the market to climb above. And, we did flip the gamma, I think, towards the end of the day there with that move. Let's take a look at Apple here. So 257, so it doesn't look like they're quite out yet. I'm going to attempt to take you in here. We'll see if that, it should be pretty obvious when this moves here. But at 430 should be out. But by then they're usually out between this 425, 430 area. Let's take a look at Microsoft. That's still inching up just a little bit here. But again, amazing round trip here. IWM again closing green, testing the 20-day diamond there. Closing green, SMH closing green. Again, Micron cannot be stopped. Closing up 51 cents, but again, still a green day there. It is getting really stretched. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it is there. Speaking of IGV and technology, been talking about this buy level here for a couple weeks now. And where are we at? Boom, right there. Stretch that out. And is that a buy or is that a buy right there? So right into the zone. I mean, yeah, I could always overshoot a little bit, but you know, we've liked this level on Microsoft. I didn't think they were going to let us get it, right? I talked about that, you know, the other day. I was like, damn, they got really close to my 430 area, 425, and bam, low of the day, 421.02. So a little overshoot. And we'll see if there's a little bit of a IV crush on MSFT tomorrow. I want to show you this as well. Yeah, I'm just shooting, just rifling through stuff here as I'm waiting for Apple. But yeah, Apple 260, you've got to climb that. And if it can, let me just refresh this and see if we got any. Yeah, so that's kind of the end of the day stuff. I mean, this can go to 270 and even 280 if it really pumps. 235 with the 200-day moving average below that. That's your left tail. So we'll be watching that. And then Microsoft, just want to show you really quick. 445 still LG1 for tomorrow. And there's a lot of calls up there. So this can climb, and it's still climbing right now. So we'll see what we got here. But yeah, I mean, I'm expecting at this point, the fact that we didn't, if we had bottomed in the cash S&P, if we had bottomed at like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then just rammed it, I would have been like, oh yeah, we're just going to pump. But because we bottomed at 11, it's not like you're sneaking up on anybody now. So that would be the only kind of thing that I would say for bears here, like you got a chance. Outside of that, they're non-responsive. If this pumps here, we'll go up to 70-15, 70-20 on ES, and then you know, we'll get a retrace, and then that'll be all-time highs next week. But right now, 429, so it should be out here or very close to. Looks like we're getting a little bit of movement. We'll take a look at gold, big reversal there, but that did come off the lows again. So dip's still bought. Gold to Bitcoin ratio at historic levels too. So that'll be interesting. Silver also reversing off 120. And speaking of Bitcoin, they dropped the ball, right? Bulls, they should have followed through yesterday. They did not. So that got hit pretty good. We'll watch this low for sweeps over the next week here. But as it is right now, Apple's still quiet. Should be out any second, though. So that is moving around here. There we go. So, all right, there it is. I was just looking for a headline, but looks like we got some movement. So 265, or very close to that. 265 is now hitting LG1. I'm watching on my other screen here. If it goes through that, we're going to 270. So it looks like Tim cooked. Preliminary analysis here is Tim cooked. I'm looking for the numbers. And Walter Bloombox is sleeping. Doesn't have the numbers out yet, but nice move. Let's take a look at the NQ. Yeah, so push above 26 will definitely squeeze us back up to that breakdown there around 26,150. And cash S&P, or sorry, ES trying to push above 7K there. Microsoft continuing to float higher. Google had a nice recovery as well. See, I think it was Amazon. Yeah, Amazon was nicely off the lows there. Micron, AMD actually got a buy signal on the beginning of the day, or near that 240 area. We had a sell signal on SVXY earlier too. That gave us a nice trade as well. So very interesting. Let's see. Yeah, Tim's cooking so far. I wish these slobs would figure out the numbers here for us. I can't do it on my own. There we go. Apple. 284 versus 267 revenue beat. So double beat. Quarter revenue, China revenue beat. Wow, products, everything beat. Tim's cooking. So we'll find out here if bears are trapped. I mean, you know, I said, you know, look for red here today. I didn't think we'd go down 2% on the Qs, but nonetheless, this is the type of move here that can grab liquidity before a breakout. So, you know, just be aware of that. I still don't believe we're going to get to, you know, much past 70.35, we'll call it, on SPX tomorrow, even if we pump. But next week we can. So that's what I would just leave it at right now. As long as the semis are strong and leading the tape, don't fight. Don't fight the market. So we'll see what, earnings call, but final verdict here. I'm not going to sit around here for 25 minutes and watch the whole thing, but final verdict here, 270. Yes, there is a tail at 280, and yes, it can get up there. Now I'm looking at LG1 270 here. We got our other, I don't know if you can see this here. There you go. So there's your other LG1. That's 270. So Apple's cooking, Tim's cooking with fish grease. Bears, got to be careful here. Don't short into the hole. Oh, by the way, speaking of short, I say this all the time. This is just a 618. Everybody's freaking out. That's what the top's in. It's a 618 retrace. All we did was fill out the Sunday night gap, right? This is typical market behavior, right? They made a beeline for a number. That number was, 6,900 ES, really. 685 SPY, 620 QQQ. It overshot it by a little bit, and now that's really all it was. ODT beat down, a lot of put sellers laying it down, and then boom. So anyways, guys, we'll wrap it up here. You guys take care. Don't forget to come find me on carnivoretrades.com. We have a killer sale on right now. We're absolutely smashing the market, knocking things out of the park here. If you don't join, I don't know what you're doing. But anyways, you guys take care, and we'll see you guys all in the next video.